Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we are finally making my F1 driver career mode here on F1 24, and you can see me creating my driver right now. And if you didn't know, I am British and my surname is actually Thompson. So instead of running GameWithJoel, I'm only running Joel Thompson for this career mode, and it's very nice because I actually have it in the game, which is just handy to have, I guess. And for my driver number in F1 2020, before I started YouTube, I chose number 22, but since Sonoda's joined, he's taken that. So we're going to be using number 95. That's why. And there's the helmet there. That will change going into F1 as well, hopefully, as we get more options. The academy, you're going to have to wait and see which academy I pick. And now choosing our F2 team. This is quite cool because I chose Vesti, so I thought I'd make him my F2 teammate. And talking about that, let's go to our first ever F2 race.
We've got a bit of a situation at the moment. Seems like something's off with the fuel injection system. We're looking into it, but we're going to be out of action for a few minutes.
So here we are then for the first time driving our Formula 2 car here in round 1 of 3 at Bahrain. We've only got a 3 race calendar because it's F2. We just kind of boost that rating of our driver before we get into Formula 1. And our first lap, alright, puts us third, but we're 7 tenths of P1. 7 tenths between now what is P1 and P4, which is pretty incredible. On our second lap, we improved by just shy of 1/10, and we're going to be P11, which is not good for our championship hopes. We will be fighting for the championship this season. Let's just go to the race and hope for the best.
Hello and welcome from the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakhir. Down on the grid, the engineers are making their last checks, and today's race will be underway shortly. As the engineers make their last inspection of the cars, let's take a look at today's grid order for the race. A fantastic effort from Arthur Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole position, with Ayumu Iwasa alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hadjar, Martins, Juan Manuel Correa, Fittipaldi, Benavides, Cordial, Pourchaire, Roy Nissany, Thompson, Stanek, Zane Maloney, Frederick Vesti, Doohan, Vachon, Novalak and Jan Darubala. Hauger, Miney, Boschong and Jack Crawford completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's get down to the track.
So we line up here, 4 or 5 red lights here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Rev up the car and the lights are out and we are underway, starting P11. Get a pretty shocking start there, actually. Get overtaken by about 1 or 2 cars there. We try and go a bit around the outside here, down behind in P13. This is a horrible start. We go straight down the middle. Oh my word! We almost went straight into the back of Cordial there, and then Fittipaldi got to the track and almost swipes our front wing off. We have gained 1 position up into P10. Can we maybe go down the inside here into turn 4? Getting in the slipstream, we're going to send it down the inside of not 1 but 2 cars into turn 4. Can we make the move? We are fighting the car for turn 4. We're pushing wide to try and get position. But we are still side by side. We go down the hill and we're now up into P8, now behind P7, which is Teo Pourchaire. And so pretty good opening up. We've gained up about 3 positions, which is what he wanted. This is good to try and kind of push ourselves up the order. Now 5 tenths behind Teo Pourchaire. I'm worried there's going to be a DRS train here, but we're going to have to see how this goes. Obviously no pit stops, it's just an 8-lap race, so it's just straight 8 laps to the end. But now later here on lap 1 we are catching up. Can we go around the outside? No, we can't. But we found the inside line and we're now down the inside of Teo Pourchaire up into P7 and now chasing down P6. A pretty nice move down the inside there, and now onto lap 2 here, just going to turn 1, and we absolutely send it. And we're now up into P6. We're making some pretty bigger moves here in Formula 2, trying to show ourselves and what we are made of, what we can do. And now ahead of us, P5 and P4 are fighting, and we're going to use this to our advantage. We've got our first objective as well, which is overtake Martins before lap 6. And we might be able to do this with these 2 fighting. We get good traction. We've got DRS. We get in the slipstream. We might be able to make a double overtake here. Martins has got DRS though, but we're down the inside. We are 3 wide into turn 4 and we make the move. We make the double pass, but Martins comes back to us. He's kind of made the move off the track, but you know, who really cares? It's racing. But we're down the inside again and we make the move. A double overtake up into P4, and now we've got about a 3-second gap to Hajar, which is going to be hard to close, and by later on in the race we've lost time to him. We've got Martins now behind us. We're just having a battle to try and keep P4. And Martins, my word, that's a massive slide, and we've got damage on our front wing. Martins had a massive slide, and now we have got front wing damage because of that. I wasn't expecting him just to lock up the rears and just slide. So now we have front wing damage, but down the inside of turn 1, Martins tried to overtake us and he's hit us again. What is he trying to do? He's trying to take us out or something here in Bahrain. We're now down to P5. We've now got DRS on Martins. We're going to have to try and fight back here because I am angry because that's 2 attempts now to completely destroy our front wing. No idea if any of that was on purpose, but you know, we move through turn 4 now downhill into sector 2. We haven't got as much downforce as Martins, but we're going to try and make a move. We are so far back, but we absolutely send it down the inside. Even more contact made between the pair of us, but we make the move and are up into P4, and that is how it's going to finish, and we do finish in P4, pick up some solid points for our championship hopes.
He has left them all behind. Ayumu Iwasa takes the checkered flag.
Well, they've sent that one, haven't they? Brilliant start to the season, and that's exactly what they wanted for their early points tally.
Dams, another team with a huge amount of history, based right in the heart of motorsport near Le Mans in France, have once again shown their formidable abilities out on the track with yet another win today.
So we couldn't quite get the podium here in Bahrain. We have to settle for P4, which is still a decent amount of points. But we can see our ratings going up here. Our experience up to 51, racecraft up to 72, our awareness up to 67, our pace up to 70, and our focus up to 61, which brings our overall rating all the way up to 69. And now we head on to Austria. So here we are then in Austria, setting our first flying lap. Hopefully we get a better qualifying than Bahrain. We got 11th last time, which was not good whatsoever, and this lap shows some hope as we cross the line now and get provisional pole position, which is, I was actually really surprised at. You know, our pace is decent around here, but as we get to the end of Q3 it starts to rain, so we do get our pole position here at Austria. And you're actually probably wondering why I'm out. It's just so I can see what it's like to drive in the wet, really, because we do actually have a wet race coming up. So I just wanted to kind of get a feel for what the track was like in the wet. So yeah, let's go to the race.
Here we are amidst the dense forest and rolling hills of Spielberg in Austria, 2 hours out of Vienna. It's an amazing destination for the race today, and we're about to get started. As the engineers make their last inspection of the cars, let's take a look at today's grid order for the race. Thompson lines up on pole position, with Victor Martins alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vesti, Iwasa, Jan Deruvala, Novalak, Vachor, Maloney, Benavides, Juan Manuel Correa, Leclerc, Pourchaire, Jack Doohan, Dennis Hauger, Stanek, Miney, Fittipaldi, Isaac Hadjar, Crawford, Cordial, Nissani, and Ralph Boschon completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So we now have our engines of 5 red lights here at the Austrian Grand Prix for round 2 of our Formula 2 career mode, and the lights are out and we are underway. A pretty slow start here in the wet conditions, but Victor Martins is now right next to us into turn 1. Can we hold the lead on the outside line? we do. We can kind of see a glimpse of his front wing there, but we keep the lead through turn 1 and about a 1.5 tenth gap to Martin's now behind us. He's got the slipstream. I'm kind of scared. I haven't really driven much in these conditions. Obviously, I had that 1 lap in qualifying and that was it. And now Martins is down the inside of us. We are really struggling in that braking zone there, and the traction as well. We had no traction whatsoever out of turn 3 there, and Martins has gapped for about 5 tenths just on the exit. We now have our teammate Frederick Vesti now right behind us, and I need to be careful here because one mistake could completely blow our championship hopes here. So only 3 races, so every point counts and every mistake counts as well. And we can see there to try and keep the car straight to try and get the exit right. I am really struggling here in these wet conditions. I just can't find any grip whatsoever. You can kind of see I'm fighting with the car trying to find some grip, but here on lap 2 I got my head down and I really focused, I locked in and tried to find the grip and just kind of, especially here in sector 2 and sector 3, just full sent it, got on the curb and chucked the car in, and I found some grip. I found some grip here in sector 2, and this lap 2 here really lightened the pace throughout this race. We're gaining now on Victor Martins. You can tell he started to struggle in these conditions, whereas I am finding pace to gain 2 tenths just in that kind of sector 2 there. We are gaining and gaining. You can see it here, he's very slow for here, and we keep it within the track, never mind, we don't keep it within the track limits, but either way, we have gained massively on Martins just through sector 2 and 3 on this lap. Now onto the next lap from sector 3, he gains a bit in sector 1, but 2 and 3 I am rapid. As you can see here, we just send the car in, somehow find the grip, and now we're right on the back of Victor Martins. We've reduced that 1.5 second deficit that we had midway through lap 2. So we set the fastest lap of the race. We have got some mega pace here in Austria, and we've just left our teammate in the dust. He is now 2.12 seconds behind us. So me and Martins have really got the pace here in Austria, but I think I'm faster. We've got that objective again to overtake Martins before lap 6. I'm pretty confident we will, because now onto lap 4 we've got us flying through that second to last corner, and we're right on the back of Martins trying to get that traction. We're essentially pushing him through the last corner. We've got some decent traction out of the last corner, and we're now going to try and find a way to maybe force him to go to the inside, and yes we do. We take the outside line, he kind of cuts across the track there. Oh, and he's done the same thing as he did in Bahrain. He's locked up, he's slid a bit, and now we've got front wing damage again. He did the exact same thing in Bahrain, but this is not going to stop us like it did in Bahrain. We slowed down, we lost the podium in Bahrain, but now we're back into P1. We have retaken the lead from Martins after he gave us front wing damage, just like in Bahrain. That hindered us more. We didn't get a podium then, but now we are in the race lead, and he's not going to take it back because we're defending with all our might. Our tyres are completely shot, 70% on the rears and 40 on the front tyres, and we're just defending as much as we can. We did grow the lead a bit, but we've just lost it all due to the tyre wear. We now come around the final corner and cross the line to finally be a Formula 2 winner.
Yes, 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 guys, yes! Come on, boys! Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
That's a fantastic performance from Prema. It hardly looked in doubt.
We've heard stories of drivers watching the race on the big screens while they're going around leading with that kind of advantage. I reckon that's what they were doing, you know, AJ.
It looks like it's time for the victory ceremony once again, as I can see the drivers beginning to make their way out for the celebrations. You can see it on their faces. It's another marvellous team win for Prema today.
So there's a very good race for the Constructors' Championship as well, because Frederick Vesti got P3, I believe, so that's huge for the Constructors' Championships and Prema. And you can see our ratings here: experience up to 52, racecraft 73, awareness 70, pace up to 74, focus 64, and now our overall rating is up to 72 as we now head here into Abu Dhabi, the championship decider, round 3 of our Formula 2 career. We start our first lap, it's only P8, so it wasn't actually a great lap, and now I'm pretty confident through sector 3, and we've already gained about 4 or 5 tenths through there, but we lose a bit in that final corner. We went a little bit deep, I think. As we cross the line now, is it anywhere high? It is. It's P3, which isn't too shabby. So can we steal the championship here in Abu Dhabi?
It's race day for our young drivers here in the United Arab Emirates, where the Yas Marina circuit is about to play host to the Abu Dhabi Formula 2 race. Let's get started. Well then, after an exciting session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Dennis Hauger lines up on pole position, with Jack Doohan alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Thompson, Awasa, Jack Crawford, Miney, Leclerc, Fittipaldi, Deruvala, Roy Nissani, Vesti, Pourchaire, Juan Manuel Correa, Isaac Hadjar, Martins, Novalak, Boschon, Amory Cordial, Stanek, Vachor, Benavides, and Zane Maloney completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So here we are then, lining the grid for the championship decider here in Abu Dhabi for round 3 of our Formula 2 career mode, and the lights are out and we are underway. We get a pretty decent start. We're going to try and go alongside Jack Doohan. Can maybe go around the outside into turn 1, making it up to P2. No, we cannot. Jack Doohan shuts the door on us, and we have to settle, keep and stay in P3, which is still decent. It'll still go us the championship, but we are not going to settle for P3. We want that P1. We'll try and go around the outside of Jack Doohan there, but maybe can we go around the outside? He takes the inside line, but he locks up and takes us wide. So now we're going to have Fittipaldi right in the back of us down the straight. Obviously no DRS yet, that gets enabled into that. So we've got a pure slipstream and essentially our traction out of the corner. We're now 5 tenths shy of Jack Doohan, not being able to make a move into the chicane ahead. But you know, we do not want to get championship in P3. We want to secure it in P1 and get on the top step of the podium for the last time in Formula 2. And now here on lap 4, we didn't have much. We get a mental line through that corner, and we're now up into P2, and we have the same objective of overtake Doohan for lap 6, and we've already done that. And we get the fastest lap as well to top it off, and we're chasing down P1, and exactly 1 lap later we essentially just copy and paste the move as we send it down the inside of the last corner. I'm really liking my moves there, and we are up into P1. We are taking that lead, and we're going to take P1 and try and win this race for our last race in Formula 2. But Dennis Hauger has other plans. He goes down the in or around the outside even. We take the inside line, but I'm gonna play it very smart here. We're gonna let him go first, but this now means we get the DRS. I played it smart, patient but smart. And now we have the DRS and the slipstream, and we're gaining. We are gaining and gaining and gaining, and we're trying to go around the outside here of this not really new corner. But anyway, we're around the outside. It's gonna be a crazy move. If we can get this done, I think we will. A bit of a fight in the car there on the exit, but it doesn't matter. We've made another move, and we are back up into P1. Dennis Hauger's going to try and follow that once again, but I'm determined to get P1 here and round off the season on a high. But Dennis Hauger just flew past us there. There wasn't even any point trying to go down the inside. So I just sat back, you know, relaxed, wasn't trying to do much.
Okay,
he pulled away a lot of exit there, which doesn't worry me a bit, but we do have DRS, but not much. But again, it's down the inside of the last corner. We couldn't do anything on that straight, but we get on the curve on the final corner, and that has cost us loads of time. And now Dennis Hauger and Jack Doohan are both past us, but they were fighting into turn 1, so we didn't actually lose as much time as we thought we would. We are still in P3. We didn't lose a position to Fittipaldi. Can you run the outside? Not quite. We tried to do what we didn't do on lap 1, but now on lap 8, this is our last chance to get P1 here in Abu Dhabi. We can try and go on the outside again. We're essentially just recreating lap 1 really with Fittipaldi again now on our inside. We do have DRS this time though, so we maybe make a move on Jack Doohan, but he will have DRS on Dennis Hauger, so it will be Hauger who is now invulnerable to me and Doohan. Now going to chicane there isn't much we can do, but Doohan has other plans. He's now down the inside of Hauger, and we're going to use this to advantage, try and gain as much time as we can through the chicane, and Hauger hops over the curb, and we get a good exit compared to these two because they were side by side, and we now have DRS, and so does Helga. Can we maybe make a double overtake here into the corner? Can we maybe make it? Can we get into people? We absolutely send it down the inside. We've gone too deep, and doing this back down our inside. We are side by side on the exit. A bit of touching there. We're trying to save the car, and oh my word, what a move! Double overtake back into the P1, and we don't bin the car there, thankfully. And we have made the move with only a few corners left, and we are back to P1. We're going for the race win, and through all this race, all the battling we're doing and have throughout the whole season, trying to get that pole, trying to get the win, fighting in the wet, fighting in the dry, but it all comes down to this, and we cross the line to become Formula 2 champions.
Yes, guys, yes! Come on, boys! Yes, we've done it! That is the world champion right there. Well done!
There were questions at the start of the season as to whether they could really go all the way, but there's no question anymore. What a special year it's been, and here they are, the new Formula 2 World Drivers' Champion. That's a fantastic performance from Prema. It hardly looked in doubt.
And they've won the team's championship. Utterly brilliant. Such a small group of people that can work on these Formula 2 cars, and the driver is the hero of the day for that team.
So thank you so much for watching this video, and obviously we came out as F2 champion, which is just amazing, and you'll see who I signed for in the very next video. And yeah, with all that said, this is GameWithJoel out.